thing. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. I thought I did a morning one. It's because I have my grandkids. So I'm up a little bit earlier today. Also means I won't be able to do, well, who knows? They're a little bit older, so I can kind of get away with some things. That my son is here with his son, my son and grandson, and so they're upstairs playing with the horse, and I'm like, screw Grandpa, we're gonna go play with our cousin. I'm perfectly fine with that. Take them all out back and jump on the trampoline soon. So after yesterday's meeting, I've been asking God for a lot of guidance. I don't think it's by accident that I got a phone call from a friend at the central office this morning. And it is a friend. I've known this person since I was very young. And it turns out there was a step missed. I don't know how we missed it, but we did. Kind of lets the other groups know that you're around. Yeah. So I want to get that taken care of. I don't know. So, but when we're willing and we ask, God will answer. He did. He answered me this morning, and I got to talk to a friend for a little bit. So there's that. But today we're talking about anything that shields the alcoholic. As an alcoholic, I've got to be able to live a free life. And there's alcohol ads everywhere. Everywhere I go. It doesn't matter where I go. I'm going to see alcohol. It's how it is. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I will be your host with the most today, or at least a host with a shirt on. All right. I'm losing people. I thought this was a pretty good topic. Anyway, if you're here, please say hello. Watching the live or the rewatch. All right. Or, maybe you feel like you should be shielded. Maybe I understand that we need to feel safe and protected. But that's when we first get in. There's a lot of things that happen for you if you're willing when you first come in. If you put yourself in the middle of the herd in the very beginning, you're going to find that we will protect you from outside things in the beginning. Okay. It'll be tough. You'll be watching your favorite TV show and they'll pour a glass of scotch and you'll be like, ooh, that sounds good. It's like, oh gosh, I can't watch my own TV show. If you give it time, this will go away. This will go away. You'll be watching TV, somebody will pour some scotch and your brain will realize it's brown water. It's not alcohol. It's not even alcohol. It's brown water. The ads that you see, they're fake. That's not alcohol. They use like when, how the drips come down off the glass. Yeah, that's KO syrup. It's not real. So even what they're presenting to you is fake in a sense. If you want to take it that way, have a little bit of fun with it, right? We were going to pass some laws that said that it would make like Mile High Stadium. They would have to reserve like a certain amount of seats for people in sobriety only. No, no. We turned that down. Thank God. I voted no on that. Why? Because no, we're not. With the world does not need to treat us special because we have a mental illness. No, we've got to take responsibility for our own stuff, or this program will not work. It won't work. You cannot shield the alcoholic from this, or they will never gain more courage. If you protect an alcoholic from these things, what you're doing is you are actually doing them harm. You are doing them a lot of harm by not allowing them to grow. When you protect your children like overly, they never learn. They learn to rely upon you. We can't have that. I'm trying to teach my children not to rely on me for some things, right? I'm going to give a good example of that. I was asked for a little bit of money and we figured it out, so I got to take that down. I need a new laptop. God came through again. He always does. But my mom had reached out. She's like, I can give you $100. Okay. And it did not, things did not, but I wrote her back and said, Mom, I don't know that I have all the money yet. So just hold on to it for now. And I talked to my wife and she's like, yeah, she's on a fixed income. I'm like, God darn it. So the answer, no, 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 no. So I wrote my mom back. I said, Mom, I'm never taking money from you again. You are on a fixed income. I love you. Okay. And she wrote back, I love you more. Okay. She's not going to get mad at that. I don't, hey, doing those right things. Okay. My mom loves her little boy. Did she do something wrong? Fuck no. Okay. But I don't want her taking away from her for me to get a stupid computer. Something materialistic. No. Do I absolutely 100% have to have it? No, I don't. There's a reading. We got a reading. Here it is. My jaw's going to pop. It's because I was stressed last night. Page 100. Bottom. I may go to a new meeting. Assuming we are spiritually fit, we can do all sorts of things alcoholics are not supposed to do. People have said we must not go where liquor is served. We must not have it in our homes. We must shun friends who drink. We must avoid moving pictures which show drinking scenes. We must not go into bars. Our friends must hide their bottles if we go to their houses. We mustn't think or be reminded about alcohol, and all our experience shows that is not necessarily so. You get to a point where you don't think about alcohol anymore. Okay, the only time I think about alcohol is when I do things like this or go to a meeting, which is actually quite often. Outside of that, I don't think about alcohol. When I'm talking to my sponsees, I'm not really talking about alcohol. Talk about alcoholism. But alcohol in and of itself, no, we don't really talk about it. Okay. We meet these conditions every day. An alcoholic who cannot meet them still has an alcoholic mind. There is something the matter with his spiritual status. Nice and simple. Straightforward. Okay? For normies, the repercussion's different than it is for us. For us, if we don't follow this way of life, we sicken and die. And we may even take other people with us. Driving drunk, doing things drunk, you're impaired. Things happen, man. You know, every time I drink, I'm not just putting my own life at stake. I'm putting everybody's life at stake around me. I don't want that kind of power anymore. I don't want it. It feels it feels yucky. His only chance for sobriety would be someplace like the Greenland ice cap, and even there, an Eskimo might turn up with a bottle of scotch and ruin everything. Ask any ask any woman who sent her husband to distant places on the theory he would escape the alcohol problem. Yeah. Now we do say that we've got to get some of our playmates and playpens. It's probably the playpens more, because your playmates are at the playpens. The wrong playmates are at the playpens. So stay away from the playpens. Some of your friends, I have some friends, they didn't drink, and we would go out. Sometimes they would drink, like we go out play pool. They would drink. I would kick their ass because I wasn't drinking. And when I don't drink, I'm fairly good at pool, especially people that are drinking who think they can play pool better when they're drinking. Okay. I've been a designated driver for some of my friends before. Sure. I want them to be safe. Hey, D, we're all going to go out. Do you mind driving? No, I don't. I don't mind. I'm driving anyway. We'll just meet in my house. You guys crash on my couch. No biggie. They didn't get out of control and stuff like I did. No. I used to go dancing at the club 3, 4 times a week in my mid 20s. Yeah. I never got to experience the bar scene drinking at that age. So, um, we meet, in our belief, any scheme of combating alcoholism which proposes to shield the sick man from temptation is doomed to failure. Just ask any healthy Al Anon, and they will relive their own stories just to get the point across for you. Okay? Yeah. That the more that they tried to protect the alcoholic, the worse it got. Because when you do that, in our minds, it's a verification that I am doing exactly okay, that I'm doing fine. Okay? It's when it's God. This is I can't. Okay, it's central office. I'll call them right back. So yeah, ask any Al-Anon. Um, an alcoholic, the way that we get sober is we have to have those. We have to have the ramifications. We got to have those consequences put in our face. And if we are shielded from it, then we are not going to learn from it. Grandpa's working. You can come down, but you got to behave. That's like the neatest sound. Grandpa. Best sound in the world. One of them. The other really good sound in the world is hearing a person in AA go, it feels different. But it still doesn't match. Hey, Grandpa. Okay. All right. So our rule is not to avoid a place where there is drinking if we have a legitimate reason for being there. That includes bars, nightclubs, receptions, weddings, and even plain ordinary whoopee parties. We still don't know what a whoopee party is yet. We need somebody that was actually there. Yeah, I think it's just a regular party. It was just what they did. They just called that a regular party back then. Um, but I think it'd be fun to have a whoopee party. Why am I thinking pajamas? I don't know. All right. Anyway, to a person who has experience with an alcoholic, this may seem like tempting providence, but it isn't. No. See, when it comes to alcoholism, you probably just do the opposite of whatever everybody thinks is the right thing to do. I'm going to tell you that right now. Do the opposite of what all the normies and everybody else is telling you to do. Listen to the people in AA. They know what they're talking about. You cannot shield yourself from alcoholism. And, you know, there were people out there that wanted, I was talking earlier about passing a law, and they were just going to make more money off of it. They didn't care about you. They didn't. They gave no thought to doing it. Okay? So this is about conformity. This is about sacrifice. This isn't about the world bending to our needs. It's about us becoming a good member of society, and doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. And shielding other alcoholics from things is not it. Uh-uh. No, we confront our snakes around here. We confront our snakes. So I'm sure I'll be back a little bit later. I got a lot going on, so I gotta go. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out.